What's up, guys? Today is November 12th and we're finally out deer hunting. We finally got some snow, so we just got to a spot. I've been hunting about a half hour from Bangor, and we don't got much snow, maybe like quarter inch or so, but it's enough to track. So we're gonna get out here, drive around, see if we can get a track. So we just got out here and we see a track already pretty fresh. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. That's not a bad sized track. It's probably a small buck. Well, I decided not to jump on that other deer yet. I wanted to look around a little more, and you see these? That looks like a pretty good one there. Yeah, looks like a pretty good one. Across the road right here. Yeah, it's a really fresh track too. Looked like he was running back there a little bit. He looked like he ran up the road here some. That's super fresh. We might have to try to get on this one. All right, guys, we're gonna jump onto this second buck track that we found. It's a lot bigger than the first one. It's probably only an hour or two old, so we're gonna jump on him and see if we can catch up to him. You can see where he went in right here. And it's only about 7:50 in the morning, so we should have plenty of time to catch up to him. Probably only an hour or two behind him. Looks like he's leading me right out into the swamp here. Pretty thick shit. hoping I could catch him in that clearing there, but when I first got on the tracks, he was running. I might have scared him with my truck or something, but he slowed down. He's just walking now, crossing this road here. Hopefully we can catch him in a opening, or maybe he'll bed down. A lot better chance than we had in that thick stuff. Alright. We can see here he's been browsing all over the place, which is good. That means it might have caught up to him. So instead of trying to sort all these tracks out, we're just going to do a big loop around the area. Alright, we found his bed. I could have spooked him. We'll see if there's running tracks or not. Alright, we're going to do the loop because there's a big mess of tracks there. I'm not sure where he went. Alright, looks like I did spook him. You see he jumped off that, landed here, and jumped down there. I never heard him or saw him, but he's obviously running now. Alright, we just had a little snack, gave the deer about a half hour or so, and I'd say it's a pretty smart deer. He was bedded up on top of that ledge there, and I was just creeping up from the other side, going nice and slow, and he just jumped right off of there. And that's a real nice escape route. He's running down this way here. But today's a perfect day for tracking. Nice fresh snow. It's really quiet walking. We got a little bit of wind, so that helps cover some noise. And yeah, I really couldn't ask for better conditions. I'm right behind him. You know, I just jumped him a half hour ago, so we're just gonna creep along nice and slow here and see if we can catch him walking, or, you know, so it's easier to get a shot at him if he's up walking. So see what we can do. I'll just cruise along through here where he was running until he slows down a little bit. There's a coyote track there too. Yeah, so this deer found the coyote track. He's running down the back of the track to try and confuse me. Well, I didn't go far. He ran for a little ways, and then he was walking and bedded down again pretty quick, and it looks like I spooked him again, so I'm just going to stay on him this time, try to get a shot on him. I always got to pay attention. I was just following these tracks, and somehow I ended up on some coyote tracks instead, so we got to backtrack and figure out where the deer went. Oh, looks like he went right here. See how easy that is? I followed these tracks up there about 50 yards or so, and there were coyote tracks. It looks like the deer went this way. It's getting a little harder to track here. We're missing some spots of snow, but should pay real close attention and see where the leaves are kicked up. So I lost the track again, which is pretty easy to do, but the thing you gotta do is just never give up and be patient, backtrack, keep circling until you find it. Last place I had the track was right in there, so he might have jumped back up that way, but we'll circle around and find it. Looks like it's right here. Yeah, he just ran out of there a little bit and he's running up this way. Alright, we're coming into another spot here without much snow, and the deer's walking straight down through there. He was walking on a coyote track and he was walking right on top of it, and the coyote track just went that way. So the trick with this is, you might think it's hard to track them. You can still see the tracks in the leaves, but we got snow all the way around, so you can also just do a big circle on the snow and figure out where he went. Yeah, it's a little harder to find the track than I thought. Down there, it's just a swamp. All the snow's gone down there. So I'm gonna go do an even bigger circle and see if I can come across it. So we're just gonna take a little break here because I found some water to drink, and pretty much whenever I come across that, I'm gonna top off my bottle. You know, fill my belly up with water, and I got a life straw. I siphon it out and spit it back into my bottle that I carry. But this deer, what he's been doing is coming across coyote tracks and running down the tracks to try to confuse me, and the snow's melting pretty good, so it is a little hard to tell. They're about the same size, and one of the things about tracking deer is you want to not really pay much attention to the tracks. You want to be scanning the whole time, because that's the only time you're going to be able to get a shot. So you kind of follow the tracks as far as you can, get a little waypoint like a tree or something, and then you just look back and forth with your eyes up while you're walking real slow to try and see a deer. So when you're doing that, it is actually easy to lose the tracks, but that's a good thing because you want to be paying attention for the deer. So yeah, the snow's melting a little bit. We get into these fir areas and it makes it harder to stay on the track. So what I'm gonna do, I got Onyx maps and I'm tracking my trail so I can see where I lost the trail, and I'll just use my compass and I'll keep doing circles. And if I don't find it with the first circle, I'll go wider, do another circle. I'll find it eventually. You can never lose a track. You just give up on them, you know, as long as you got snow somewhere to find them. So I'm just gonna eat my sandwich since I stopped, take a little break, fill up on water, then we'll get back on him and see where he went. I'm not sure if I'm gonna catch up to him or not. I haven't even got a look at him yet. The first time I jumped him out of the bed, he didn't go very far and he bedded down again. But since I jumped him out of the second bed, he knows I'm after him and he hasn't stopped at all. Hasn't stopped to browse or anything. He's just kind of walking along, and so I would think he would bed down again sometime soon, but we're in some pretty thick stuff here and it's gonna be hard to get a shot at him. So either way, it's my first day out deer hunting this year. I've been waiting for the snow, and we're just out here having fun, you know. It's not about killing them. we're just tracking him and learning what he's doing and trying to figure him out, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So yeah, take a little break and we'll get back at it. Well, I thought this was the coyote tracks coming out of there where I lost the deer tracks, because it's all melted out, but there's some deer crap here. So I'm gonna follow these a little ways and see if these are what I was looking for. Yeah, I might have lost the track. It's just hard to tell. It's so melted out, because I found the tracks that had some deer crap coming out of where I lost them, but there was coyote tracks nearby there too, and now we got two sets of deer tracks and they're just melted out, and I can't really tell which way they're going, which one's which. So I'm gonna try to sort this out. Yeah, it's looking like we might have to call it quits here. I found some tracks coming out of there, but you can see there's a coyote track right here. They're just all mixed in, and all the snow's melting. So it's really hard to tell if I'm even on the right track or where he went, because he went into a swamp and all the snow melted. So might be it for today. And I can tell the track I was on is definitely a coyote, because I saw his pad up there. It looked like maybe there's two of them, and they crawled under this tree right here. So that's not the deer track. They were walking on top of the deer track. So what I did is looked at my OnX map and saw where he was heading. He was heading pretty much right down in the swamp. So I'm just gonna do a big circle around the whole swamp and see if I see his track. And if not, I'm just gonna start working my way back to the truck, because you can see the woods is getting pretty bare, and it's just going real slow. It's real hard to even tell if you're on the right track or what it is. So that's the plan. Of course, I say that and I take 2 steps and then I see some deer poop here. So maybe I was on the right track. Maybe the coyote was following the deer and then he just veered off. So I'll see if I can pick it up again. I just don't know. I mean, it's so bare out here. I don't know if it's even worth the time. Oh, look at that giant rock. It's like the biggest rock I've ever seen in my life out here in just the middle of the woods by itself. That'd make a great place to sit firsthand. But those are definitely paw tracks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I don't think it's worth it to try and track in these conditions. I'm gonna head back to the truck and we'll be back at it with the next snowstorm. I decided to circle that swamp anyways. You can see there's just no snow out here. I see some deer poop over here, but you can't stay on them in this these conditions. So we'll just work our way back and wait for some more snow for next time. There's a swamp over here. Be a good place for one to bed down, but you wouldn't want to shoot one back here. It'd be really hard to get them out of here crawling through this shit. And we still got about 2 miles to get back to the truck. Yeah, even deer aren't stupid enough to walk through this crap. That's what you get for trying to circle a swamp. All right, well, made it back to the truck. Went about 5 miles altogether, and yeah, that's it. I mean, we ran out of snow, so I'll wait till we get another storm, and I'll be back at it. Thanks for watching.